season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to Huntington, West Virginia, Jones C. Edwards Stadium, home of the Marshall Thundering Herd. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Marshall Thundering Herd. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Marshall Thundering Herd will go on offense first to start this game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
The RPO, it's complete. He gets it past the chains, and it'll be a first down for Marshall. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Sends it back in motion. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Handoff to the single running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Got a man, it's Wilkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Quick completion on the out. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Got some room to run. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the jets, making the big play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the RPO, complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. And some room to work. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. They'll try to power their way ahead. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Marshall quick to the line.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. This quarterback part of their running game. He didn't get there. 4th and goal from the 1, and they are stuffed. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Sometimes he line.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. From the gun, running back on the move. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Oh, they're after him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. First play of the period, first down here. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck. That had to be a blown assignment. To throw, it's Newton. Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. The give to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold on. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And now on second down for this offense. They'll give it to the back. And he'll work his way out across the 10 to about the 12. The Thundering Herd faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Grab behind the line. It's Westbrook. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. To the air on second down. It's complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Now on second down. He's going to run it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Tight end getting vertical. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Trying to escape and get it himself. Oh, it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Marshall quick to the line.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. There he goes. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! Grab the a short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The inside handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Makes the grab over the middle. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one obviously.
Turning it on. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Dropping back, it's Newton. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Fires left. Complete downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll keep it himself. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the middle. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
That's just a better job by the defender. He knew he was going to get challenged in this game. He knew these receivers had speed and they were going to test him. Nice job by that DB knocking it away.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Westbrook. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Throws to the tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's going to throw deep right side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Content with what they have, the quarterback takes a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones C. Edwards Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're...
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Got it set up on the outside. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I like changing things up. I like trying new things. Handing it to the tight end, that's something you don't see very often. A little creativity. Now, it was negativity in the end, but I like the creative thought process of trying to get somebody else the football.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's open on the right. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks into the open. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They'll give it to him again. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
On the run, fires downfield, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Defense might bring the house here. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air, it's Newton. Under fire. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed an opportunity for a little cushion. The lead is still 5. Running to the left. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The Thundering Herd needing a ton of ground to get it to that first down marker. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone. The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target. There he goes. Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. He leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Herd! They move on top here on the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Snaps it in the shotgun. Into the end zone, the 2-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. The Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Newton. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Running to Green. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Marshall! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the